welcome back to Akshita's Recipes. Thank you so much for being here today. So today's recipe is this lovely healthy balls recipe, which is like chocolate truffles, but everything in it is so very healthy that you don't feel guilty about indulging in 1, 2, 3 or how many ever you want, because it's packed with really healthy ingredients which are full of nutrients and will give you all the energy for the day, as well as really satisfy your hunger for something which is sweet and delicious. So without much further ado, let's just jump straight ahead into today's recipe. So here I have 200 grams of fresh coconut, 200 grams of sugar, regular sugar, 50 grams of cashew nut powder, 1 teaspoon of almond essence, half a cup of water, food color, and we're going to use a few drops of clarified butter or ghee. Now to a pan I'm going to add the water as well as the sugar. We're going to mix the two till all of the sugar dissolves. And then we're just going to make a very thick syrup by just cooking this mixture on a very low flame for 15 minutes. Keep stirring in between. Now we're going to grind the coconut till it's very, very fine in our mixer pot. We don't need to add any water. We're just going to add the coconut. So try and use fresh coconut. It really enhances the flavor. And all I'm going to add is this almond essence, and I'm going to grind this till we get a nice smooth paste. Now I've taken a heavy bottomed pan and I'm going to add this ground coconut, it looks like this, to the pan. Next I'm going to add the cashew nut powder. Now all I've done is taken the cashew nuts and ground them into a very fine powder and mix the two well. Now you can also use almond powder. Now I'm going to add this thick sugar syrup that we prepared. And we are going to stir the mixture really well on a low to medium flame. Now use a heavy bottomed pan because that way the vessel doesn't shift when you are cooking it, and also use a wooden spoon with a long handle because the liquid does tend to splutter. And we're going to cook this till we're going to add a few drops of ghee. That makes it easier to stir the mixture, and also gives it a nice luster. And we're going to stir till the mixture starts to leave the sides of the pan and becomes into this thick mixture like this. Now we're going to transfer the mixture into bowls, and we're just going to add food colors of our choice. I'm going to go with pink and green. I'm using gel color because it really gives you beautiful colors and doesn't stain your hands. And now I've just taken some desiccated coconut. I've just rolled the mixture into small even-sized balls like this. So you can make the balls first and keep them aside, and then just roll them in this desiccated coconut. And now just to make them look pretty, I just have these small little silver balls. I'm just going to add them. The recipe of the canopies or the tarts. So here I've just taken about 1.5 cup of all-purpose flour maida. I've just added a pinch of salt, 2 tablespoons of frozen butter, and I'm just going to mix everything till it starts resembling some breadcrumbs. This is very important to get the right consistency for the canopies or the tarts. Now I'm just going to use about 3 or 4 tablespoons of very cold water, and I'm going to knead all of this to form a nice stiff dough, and we're going to rest this dough for at least 15 minutes. Now after 15 minutes, after the dough has rested, which is very important, we're just going to roll it out. Dust your surface with some maida or all-purpose flour and just roll it out to about 1/2 inch of thickness. And then using any round object, just cut some rounds. Now the next step is to just grease the molds with some butter, because that will help in demolding the molds, the canopies or the tarts much easier. And then just insert these rounds and just press them so that they get the shape of the molds, and just take off any of the extra dough that is there at the rims and just give it a shape and press it down with another mold so you get a perfect canopy or a perfect tart. So we're going to do this with all the rest of the canopies. Now this is a really good time to preheat your oven to 180 degrees Celsius for about 10 minutes. Preheating the oven is very important. Now if you can't get your hands on these type of tart molds, you can also use the silicone ones which are available. Just place them on your baking tray and just bake them for about 5 to 10 minutes, but keep an eye on them because every oven has a different heating capacity. And then once they're out, let them completely cool down to room temperature before you demold them. So now that our tarts are ready, we're going to prepare the filling. They're just a 3-ingredient filling. Here I have 200 ml. Okay, this is the lime juice, about 1/4 cup of fresh lime juice, 200 ml of fresh cream, and 200 ml of condensed milk. Now it's very important to whisk the cream till you get nice stiff peaks. So use an electric whisk or use a hand whisk and whisk it very well. And then once you get the stiff peaks like this, we're just going to add the lemon juice to the condensed milk, mix it up well, whisk it in well. Now you can add as much or as little of the lemon juice as you like, and then just add it to the whipped cream and just give it a good mix. So if you want to go a little less on the lemon juice, you can cut down the lemon juice, and then you just have to fill up these tarts or these canopies, and then we're just going to refrigerate this for about 30 minutes, or you can even place it in your freezer for about 15 minutes. They set really quick. And once you've filled up all of them, just give them a nice tap down so that they get very even, or they get evenly spread in the tarts. And then we're just going to put them in our refrigerator to set for about 15 to 20 minutes in the freezer, or 30 minutes in the refrigerator, and then just decorate them with some tutti frutti or any decoration that you would like. And you have to serve them chilled, so keep them in your refrigerator, and when you're ready to serve, just take them out of the refrigerator and serve, because that's the best way to have it. And this is a real delicious dessert recipe, so you can serve it to your guest after a nice festive meal. They don't definitely going to be impressed. And also another tip here, if you have extra left of the filling, just put it into a airtight container and freeze it, and it's just lemon ice cream basically, and it's so delicious. So I hope you like today's recipe. It's a pretty simple recipe, and the end result is really very delicious. So I hope you try it out as a dessert this Christmas. This lovely recipe of donuts. This is a super simple recipe. So let's go through the ingredients. Here is 1 egg. This is 2 1/4 cup or 295 grams of maida or all-purpose flour. This is 3 tablespoons or 35 grams of sugar, 1.5 teaspoon of dry yeast, half a teaspoon of vanilla essence, and 3 tablespoons or 40 grams of butter, and half a cup or 120 ml of milk. Now you get this donut, mold, or you can use your imagination and just take a bigger round circle and a smaller round circle if you don't have this mold, and cut out the shapes. Now the first most important point is we're going to add the flour and the yeast together, and we're going to mix the yeast and the flour really well together, and then we're going to add the butter. Now we're going to mix all of these ingredients very well till it resembles some bread crumbs. Now this is a very important step. Take about 2 to 3 minutes, but see that all of the flour is coated very well with the butter. Now we're going to add the powdered sugar. Now here I have 1 egg which I'm just going to beat, and I'm going to add the vanilla essence to it. Now for some reason my camera just didn't shoot the next step, so please bear with me, but you have to make this well in the middle of the flour and add your egg and the milk too. And then you'll get a consistency like this. I'm really sorry for that. I think I forgot to turn my camera on, or the camera, I don't know just what happened. Please bear with me on this. I'm really sorry for that. But you just have to add your egg, beaten egg and milk, and just knead this dough till it becomes nice and firm. Now we're just going to knead the dough really well on a surface. This is also very important if you want to have lovely, light, fluffy donuts. Now I'm just going to cut the shapes out, and I've lined my baking tray with some baking paper. We're not going to be baking these donuts, although I will come up with a recipe of baked donuts soon. So I'm just going to keep taking out the donut shapes, and I'm going to just lay them on this baking paper, and I'm going to do the same with the rest of the flour. So you can make as many as you want for that particular day, or you can just, store the rest in your refrigerator for a day or two. And now I am just going to place them on that baking tray, and I'm going to cover this, and I'm going to keep this for about 6 to 7 hours till they completely rise. Now you can also do this in the night and keep it overnight, or in the afternoon, keep it for the entire evening or whatever. Just work it out that way. But I keep it for at least 6 to 7 hours, and then you will see that they really double in size like this. And now all we have to do is just chuck them into some hot oil and fry them till they're light golden brown in color. Now you have to keep an eye on them. You can't let them just fry because they turn golden brown instantly. So keep your kitchen tissue or your kitchen napkins ready, because we want to soak get all the excess oil out. And fry them till they're golden brown, and then just keep them on your on your tissues or your napkins. Yes, friends, I will come out with a baked version very soon. Just give me a few days more. And in this way, you can fry all of them. Now I've got some powdered sugar ready. So as they are, they're hot, just dip them into that powdered sugar. I'm going to show you 3 ways of how you can keep your donuts. One is just the simple donuts. Many people like to just dip them into their coffee and have them simple and plain like this, just out of the oil, drain all the oil out, let them come to room temperature, and then just dunk them into some hot coffee. The other way is you just put it into some powdered sugar and have it that way. And the third way is, I think most people love it that way, is dipping it into some chocolate. So in this way, just fry them, but just keep an eye on them because they turn golden brown almost instantly. Now you can either melt your chocolate like I did on a double boiler. I just took some dark chocolate compound and I melted it on a double boiler. Double boiler is just to keep a vessel filled with water down, and then keep a glass bowl, preferably a microwave proof bowl, on top. Put your dark chocolate into it and let the chocolate melt. And then I just added I took about half a cup of chocolate, dark chocolate compound. To that I just added about 2 tablespoons of fresh cream. I just had some fresh cream at home, or you can even use, the cream that, comes on top of the milk. You don't need to have ready-made fresh cream, just to give it that little bit of a glaze. So here I've dipped half of them into some powdered sugar. This is just plain powdered sugar. Just take some sugar and put them into your mixer or your blender and grind it to a fine powder. People who don't like chocolate might enjoy this. And this is my chocolate ganache already. That is, I just took the dark compound, melted it, and added a little bit of fresh cream to get that glaze. And just dip them. Don't dip them completely. Let half of it be like this. Just one half of chocolate and the other half plain. And you'll see that the ganache just sets almost instantly. Now if you don't have any dark chocolate compound at home, you can also just dip this into some chocolate syrup, like some Hershey's chocolate syrup. You can be creative with donuts. So these are so easy to make. I'm sure you're going to give it a try. Do let me know in the comment section below how your donuts turned out. I would love to hear from all of you. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you soon. Friends, I hope you enjoyed watching today's recipe. I hope you're going to give today's recipe a try. Share my recipes with family and friends. Go and visit my channel. I have more than 500 recipes as of today. So go try them out, share them with family and friends, and let me know also in the comment section below how you like the recipe. Also, don't forget to give this recipe a big thumbs up by clicking the thumbs up icon that you see below this video. If you haven't joined Akshata's recipes yet, click the subscribe button that you see below this video and become a part of Akshata's recipes. And once you have subscribed, there's a little bell icon that will pop up. Just click it. That way, whenever I put up a new video, a recipe, vlog, or I'm just online waiting to chat with you, you'll get a message for the same. So friends, thank you so much for watching today's video, and I will catch you in my next video sooner than you think. This is Akshata saying bye. Take care, stay healthy, stay fit, be loving and kind to one another. So till I see you in my next video, bye.